Hi guys, I'm back. I wanted to try to show you something without bringing too many names into it. It was an episode on Dr. Phil, and I know they'll probably hit me with a copyright, but it's about a 13-year-old boy who got his girlfriend pregnant. His girlfriend is 11 years old. Okay, as I was watching this, I learned that the girl, her mother says, is out of control. She has anger issues. She assaults people. She leaves, I guess, and that's it. From what I'm taking is the girl wants to go out. The mother just tries to say no, and the girl goes. That's not what she said, but that's what I'm thinking, because otherwise this girl wouldn't be let loose on the streets like this. She's abusive, and I think the mother just didn't want to argue with her. And I think the fact that she was hanging around with this 13-year-old boy, as me as a mother would have been questioning it a heck of a lot more. I would have been asking, why are you guys friends? How are you friends? Where are you going? What are you doing? I would have been asking a lot more questions. Believe me, I found out my daughter was at this guy's house that she kind of had a crush on, not a guy, a kid, and she was probably 14, maybe 15. He's the same age. I found out she snuck over there. I got in my car. I went over to the house. I saw her outside. I told her, get in the car right now, and I grounded her. And she never did it again. You have to have some kind of control over your kids, and if you can't, you get help and try to find a way to deal with it. In this situation, if my daughter was abusive towards me, I'd call the police. And I say, she's 11 years old. She just left the house. I couldn't stop her. She does it all the time. And I'd let the police handle it. It sounds kind of mean, but you have to have tough love. You have to have tough love. You can't just go on trying to be a friend and let them get away with things, or something like this will happen. Now you got an 11-year-old that is a mother of a baby when she's a baby herself. I'm trying to give you a little bit of background. The mother claims she had no idea the daughter was pregnant. First she said she didn't know she was pregnant until she was watching TV one night and she got up and she saw her belly and she saw the dark line on the stomach, and she said, oh my God, she's pregnant. Gave her a pregnancy test, found out she was. Then she said she didn't even know that she was going into labor, because that's what happened on Christmas Eve. She didn't even know about it until she said she had a stomach ache, and they took her to the hospital only to find out she was in labor. So she's lying. She's probably trying to protect her own ass, cover her own ass. I understand that. Doesn't mean I would do that. And the boy's father say that the mother let the girl do whatever she wanted to do. So, well, what about the boy? Why would you have that girl spend the night? She was allowed to spend the night at the boy's house. Why are you letting an 11-year-old girl spend the night with your 13-year-old boy? That's the worst thing you can possibly do. 13-year-old boys are just discovering girls, and their hormones are out of whack. And to let a 11-year-old girl spend the night knowing that they're friends, but that's all that they are, that is totally messed up. But I'm going to show you this clip. I'm sorry I have to do this way, but until I get a better computer where I can do screenshots, I have to do it this way. So bear with me. I'm trying to bring the content. Might not be the best. Yeah, I'm still relaxing today. Okay, let me see how we can do this. Okay, this is Dr. Phil questioning this young father and the young mother. And if you listen, they're typical kids, for God's sake. Listen to what they say.
About being here today, why we're here, why we're talking to your parents and to the two of you.
I don't know.
You don't know?
He don't know.
Could it be that you had a baby at 12 and 14? Would that be on your short list of possibilities?
She was 11 when she
While we're
gave
talking?
birth, though.
Yeah. Is this the first boy that you had sex with?
Yes.
And you said you done it 6 times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you using any protection at all?
No.
Had anybody told you about it? About using protection?
Yes.
Did you want to get pregnant?
No.
Were you worried about it?
No.
But were you happy when you found out you were pregnant?
No.
Were you sad?
I was
Scared? What?
scared.
Scared? How do you feel about the baby now?
I love her.
Yeah. And like spend time with her?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what it costs to raise a baby?
No.
The cost of having a baby, just taking care of like food and clothes and medicine and housing and all of that kind of stuff is pretty expensive. It's more than $1,000 a month just for the baby. It's like $14,000 a year.
That's like a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a
It
lot.
sounds like a lot of money. Yeah, it
You
does,
would like
son.
to have another baby, though, right?
No.
You don't want to have another baby?
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. Had you thought that you might want to?
No.
Because people were saying that you thought you'd like to have another baby because they might let you keep it now that you're a little bit older.
No.
I'm wondering how you guys were able to sneak around and have sex. Where'd you tell them you were? Where'd you say you were going?
My mom knew I was at his house.
Did she know that you were liking
Her
him?
mom knew
Yeah.
she was at his house.
You were able to hide your pregnancy 7 months before somebody knew you were pregnant. How were you able to do that?
I didn't even know.
How did you finally find out?
My mom noticed.
What'd she say?
She noticed my stomach getting bigger.
She asked you if you were having sex, right? You said,
Yeah.
no, that's icky, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So you lied about that?
Yeah.
Your mother says that you get really angry. Is that true?
Yeah.
What makes you that way?
Mm-hmm.
If you have that tendency and you don't know what causes it, then wouldn't you be at risk to hurt your baby?
No. I wouldn't hurt the baby. She makes me happy.
Well, but let me tell you, as someone that's had a couple of babies, they're not always fun. They're not always cute and cuddly. They're sometimes really, really demanding where you really, really want to be sleeping or something like that.
No.
And if you mix that with an unstable temper, that could get really dangerous, couldn't it? I mean, do you see that?
It could, but it wouldn't.
Okay, well, the fact that you don't see it as a risk
Scary.
tells me a lot. And I understand because you're just a child. What made you think about having sex in the 6th grade?
I don't know.
What made you think about it? Do y'all plan to continue to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
No.
You said no.
Okay, so they broke up. But here's the thing. She just said that her mother knew she was going to his house and spending the night. But the mother claims, oh, it was with his sister she was spending the night. I would still question it. I still would not have just said okay and let it go. The fact that they were able to screw either in the house or at the park or at school or wherever they did, It's scary. Yes, you don't know that your kids, you don't know what your kids are doing when they're out there. You do not know. You're thinking that they're going to the park to ride the bikes, and here they are under the trees having sex. You don't know. But when you know your daughter is totally out of control and tells you, which I'm sure she has, to fuck off when you tell her to stay home, that's a problem. That's when you got to nip it in the bud, right there. Nip it in the bud. Do not let that girl keep getting away with leaving the house whenever she wants, throwing her weight around. 11-year-old girl, how much weight could she have? Seriously. I mean, I just don't understand how some kids get away with bullying their parents. I don't understand it. My daughter tried it one time, and that was the last time she tried it. She threw something at me. I got up, I chased her up the steps. She slammed the door in my face, but she was so scared she never did it again. I didn't sit there and say, don't throw things at me, like some parents would have done. But here we have a poor 11-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy that aren't even together anymore, which is what happens so much in this world with older people. And you have these kids that aren't even together. Why doesn't he want to be with her? Because she's rude to me. Okay, these are kids. They don't know any better. Now the parents are fighting over custody. The mother of the girl doesn't even want to have custody. She wants her sister, the girl's aunt, to raise the baby. And the parents of the boy are separated, and they want, I don't know, it's all confusing, but they want to raise the baby somehow. It's really confusing. I wish I could think of the name. It just says, okay, it says Dr. Phil, pregnant at 11. Look it up, watch it for yourself. It's just really sad that these two kids were allowed to... Well, the boy I could see, okay? He's a boy, he's going to go ride his bike. They're not going to think anything of it. But the mother, knowing that she was so out of control like that, and she also said she was hot after boys. She was boy crazy. That's when I would have watched her even more. Not just let her out with a boy, knowing that she was so boy crazy that she would grab, at a dance, she would grab the boys' butts, and she got complaints on that. That's when you take more control over your daughter. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I tried to give you something else besides me whining and complaining about my life. So that was it. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a sad situation, but who do you think should raise that baby? Definitely not the kids. So, just thought I'd throw that up. I'm going to try to do more videos like this, only I'm going to get better at it because this is my first one kind of ever besides Truthfully Trisha, and that was just ragging on her. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. I'll try to get to them. Sometimes I get messed up by some of the comments. Most of the comments have been good, but sometimes there's some bad ones, and then I get flustered, and I don't want to read anymore because I'm scared. But I will promise to look at all these comments. Okay, I will get back at you another time. Thanks. Bye.